Welcome to Wisdom of the World. Today I'm going to tell a story from Turkmenistan. It is about what is better, getting or giving. The story is called The Mountain of Gems, and it goes like this. Once upon a time in Turkmenistan, there was a widow who lived with her son. They were very poor. And the old lady just sort of did other people's washing, and she combed wool. That's how she made a little bit of a living, enough to feed herself and her son. But one day, as her son, called Miral, was getting bigger, she said, "I am too old, too weak to do any work. It is time now for you to go out into the world and find yourself a job." So Miral said, "Okay." So he went out and he looked for a job. He asked, and nobody wanted to give him a job. But then he found what in Turkmenistan is called a bai, a rich man. And he said, "Do you need a worker?" And the bai said, "Yes, I do," and hired him on the spot. So the first day, the bai didn't ask him to do any work. The second day neither, the third day neither, and the fourth day, the boy said, "Well, are you going to give me any work to do?" And the bai said, "Yes, tomorrow we're going to go on a trip. I want you to slaughter a cow and prepare 4 sacks and 2 camels." So the boy did, and the next day they set off together. They crossed the desert to a mountain, a little bit of a distance away from the village. And the bai said to the boy, "Now turn the hide inside out and then lay into it." And the boy thought that was a bit of an odd request, but this was his boss, so he did it. And he turned it inside out and laid into it. And immediately the bai wrapped it into a parcel, closed it up, and then went hid behind a rock. And as soon as he had done that, 2 big birds came, big eagles came, and carried off that bundle and carried it off to a rock high up nearby. And as soon as they were on top, they started to pick on that bag. And then at a certain moment, Miral came out and they got scared and they flew away. And then the bai yells at him and says, "Oh, hey, pick up those beautiful gems that are there all over the place." And the boy looked down, and there he saw the rubies and diamonds and all kinds of beautiful gemstones. And the bai said, his boss said, "Just throw him down." And so he did. He started to throw him down, and the bai, the rich man, filled 2 sacks with it. And then all of a sudden, the boy had a terrible thought, which made his blood cold. He says, "How am I going to get down?" And then the bai said, "I'll tell you. Just throw me more stones down." So he did, and eventually the rich man had filled all 4 sacks and packed them on a camel. And he said, "You see those bones over there? Those are all the people that worked for me before. Ask them how you get down." And he left. And the boy looked around, no way to that. There was steep everywhere. There was no way he was going to get down. And then all of a sudden he heard a rustle of feathers, and there was an eagle actually ready to pounce on him and eat him. But he stayed cool, and he grabbed the legs of that eagle and held it tight. And the bird just tried to move left and right to shake off Miral from him, the boy from him, but didn't. And in the end, finally went down to a bit lower ground. And then as the boy let go of its grip, let him down, flew away. And that's how the boy got off the mountain. And he walked back through the desert to his village. And still, he was looking for work. And so he asked around, and then he saw that same old Bai, that same rich man, and he said to him, "Are you looking for a worker?" And this Bai had no idea, he didn't recognize him. And of course, he never thought in his mind that anybody who had been up that mountain would come down. So he said, "Yes, sure, tomorrow I will go on a trip." So they again went on this trip. He had to prepare the hide and the 4 sacks and the 2 camels. And they went. They came again at the mountain. And the Bai says, "Well, turn the hide inside out and lay in it." And the boy said he turned the hide inside out and says, "How exactly do I need to do that? Yeah? Can you show me?" And so the rich man said, "Well, it's easy. You just do like this." And he went and laid in the hide. And the moment he did that, the boy closed it up, wrapped it up, and hid behind a stone. And again, the eagles, 2 eagles came and brought the package up the mountain, up the rock. And there again sat it down and began to pick at it. And they got afraid when they saw the Bai, the rich man, come out. And the rich man said to the Bai, "Hey, how come you did this to me?" And he says, "How am I going to get down?" And he says, "Just throw me those beautiful stones and I'll tell you how to get down." And so he started throwing the stones. And the boy, Miral, packed them in bags. And the Bai said, "How am I going to get down?" He says, "Go, I'll tell you. Because he thought, this boy knows how to get down. Yeah? So I'll tell you. And so after 4 bags were filled, he packed the camel. And again he says, "Well, same answer he gave. If you want to know how to get down, ask those workers. There were bones lying everywhere." And he set off. He set off to the village and left the rich man up on the mountain. And he went to the village and he inquired who had worked for this man before. And he distributed, he shared all the wealth that he had among all those people, the family of the people that had worked for this Bai. And he kept enough for himself and his mom to live off comfortably the rest of their lives. If you have any comments on this story or have suggestions for another story, let me know. Thank you.